Hi everyone, this is the tutorial for Dancing in the Flames. My name's Billy from Piano and Pies. Let's get stuck straight in. So to play this song the easiest, we're going to use a capo on the first fret. If you are in need of a capo, there is a link to one in the description, so check that out. However, the start of the song has this synthesizer playing this melody. And if you want to play that, this is what we're going to go over first. If not, we're going to look at the chords in just a moment. Now what I do with the capo on the first fret is I put my first finger on the B string, and I'll get my third finger on the third fret up from the capo on the A string. This is all the numbers I mentioned will be in reference to the capo. So 1 up from the capo, 3 up from the capo. And what I'm doing is I'm always going to go back to this string here with my thumb, but the main melody is this note here. So I'm playing 1 and then to the A string, then the B string 1 and then open. Then I go back to the 1. And then eventually I go to fret 3 on the B string, and I'm going to use my little finger for that. I'll play that slowly. Now you'll notice I didn't go to the number 3. The first time round you don't. You just cycle between the 1 and the 0 with this number 3 in the middle. Then on the second time, that's when I go up to that number 3. So that's if you want to try and incorporate the synthesizer part onto the guitar. But now what we're going to do is talk through the chords of the song. And the first shape that we need is a C major chord. So C major is 3 on the A string, this is in reference to the capo, 2 on the D string, an open G, 1 on the B, and an open E string. I'll talk about the other 3 chords that we need, then we'll talk about strumming and structure afterwards. The second chord, A minor, which is an open A string, 2, 2 on the D and the G strings, 1 on the B, and an open E. I don't play the E string for the A minor chord. Later on in the song, we have a G major chord, which is 3 on the E string, 2 on the A, then 0, 0, 0, that's on the D, G and B, and then a high 3 on the E string. And the final chord that we need, everyone's favourite chord, F major, which is 3 on the D string, 2 on the G, and then 1, 1 on the B and E. And that's the hard part, you've got to flatten your finger for that F chord. So curved fingers on the D and G, flat finger for the B and the E. Yeah, if you're new to guitar or if you're new to the F chord, you'll probably find that chord a bit of a tricky one. However, once you get it, that'll really help you with this song. So for the first verse, when we hear the vocal line, the chords that we can play along to it are C for 2 bars and A minor for 2 bars. And because there's no real guitar on it, we can come up with our own strumming pattern. This is what I think works really well with the track. So for each chord I'm playing down, down, up, up, down, 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 up, which slowly is down, down, up, up, down, 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 up. Or if you want to count along with it, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to play that pattern twice for each chord. So 1, 2, then we move to the A minor, then again. Then if you repeat those 2 chords, again, you get the full first verse. So it's C to A minor, C to A minor. Now it's worth mentioning that if you want the sheets for this, so the chord chart with all the chords in the right order with the full structure, as well as a sheet of the chords in the lyrics matched up, then head on over to Patreon. There is a link in the description and you get everything wrought up professionally for the cost of 1 coffee really. So you get access to not only this song, but well over 300 other songs of the latest releases. So feel free to check that out. Now moving on to the pre-chorus. The pre-chorus starts off with that G major chord, and because again there's no real guitar part, we're going to strum along the same strumming pattern. So we'd have G for 2 bars, moving down to the F major, and that once round is the pre-chorus. So then we get to the chorus, and the chorus is a bit of a mix and match between the verse and the chorus. I'm going to play through it all for you now. We play the C in A minor twice. So that's once round. We do it a second time for the chorus. There's C. The chorus then continues to G. Going down to F. And that'll get you to the end of the chorus. However, you'll have noticed when I was playing that, especially on the likes of C major and the F major, my middle finger, I was hammering on a note. And with the F as well. And the reason I was doing that is that it provides a little bit of variety when you're playing a chord for a long time. It just, rather than just, you know, playing the same thing over and over and over, it just adds, yeah, a little bit more texture to the chord playing. So I recommend trying to add in this hammer-on idea, which is just where you play something and then hammer on a finger. You get a nice technique. See, I played it on the C and the F, and it works really well, and try and do that throughout the full song. So after that point, we have a post-chorus of sorts, and the post-chorus is just C major to A minor. We do that once, and you've got the post-chorus. Now, at that point, looking over to my notes, we have a ton of repetition. There is a second verse, which is the C and A minor twice round, and a pre-chorus, which is the G and F. We then have another chorus, which is the mix and match, where we have C, A minor, G, and F, which is a lot to think about. But yeah, thankfully it is a bit of repetition. So if you do want the sheets, like I said, go on over to Patreon, and you get everything wrote out, so you don't have to try and memorize it or write it down and potentially make a mistake. We then have a bridge section. Now the bridge section starts with a G major, and it goes to A minor. We then get a chord of G/B. Now a slash chord, thankfully for the G major slash chord, get your G major shape, get rid of this finger and don't play the E string. This note here, which is part of the G chord, is the B note, and that's going to be the main kind of distinction for this chord. So G/B is just G without that finger, and we don't play the E string. We play that, followed by F. So the bridge section, a little bit different. G to A minor, then the G/B chord, followed by an F chord. We then get to the latter part of the song, which is a chorus and a post-chorus, which is exactly the same as what we had earlier. So the chords C to A minor twice, G to F, but the difference on this one is that the G and F, normally it would be once round, we play that round twice for this chorus. So yeah, little subtle differences going on in this song. And then after the post-chorus, which ends the song, which is G to F, that's the end, and you've got all the way to the very last part of the song. And there we go, that's everything going on. Now I noticed there was an issue with my microphone, so I do apologise for the poor lack of quality part way through that. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'd like to say thanks to the people on the screen. Those are my active patrons, so the moment that this video goes live, they'll get access to the content that I mentioned earlier straight away. So thanks to them for their support, thanks to you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.